In this video, let's talk about Headworn microphones, your options, the pros and the cons. With some churches getting back to their Sunday worship services, a lot of people have been asking about Headworn microphones. Ano ba yung pwede natin gamitin? What are the options? What are the pros and cons? So we're here to just give it to you step by step so that we can help you decide on what's best for your application. So first, color. You've got the usual flesh or beige color, and then you've got the usual black. So depende na lang yan on skin tone and whatever fits you, especially how it looks in the camera. So that's your choice on color. Next would be fitting. So would you want something that goes around the back of your neck and goes over both ears, or do you want a single ear? Now, the version double-sided naman, what it offers you is you could still have your mic here or on this side. So it just clips. Just like any other brand, it offers that option. And for the single ear, it's usually a flexible gooseneck mic. So yeah, pwede rin dito or pwede doon. Although sometimes it's a bit challenging. Pay close attention to the mounting or to the grip, kasi yun yung magdedetermine if it's stable or fit enough, especially for quick movements. Third, wired or wireless? Well, of course, wireless is best, but sometimes you do want a Headworn mic pero you don't have the budget for the wireless system. We'd like you to know that, of course, there's a wired option. All you have to do is buy an adapter such as this one. So the connector that usually goes dun sa belt pack nyo, you could connect it here. It goes to a regular XLR, so you could go wired. So third option is wired and wireless. Of course, wireless gives you a lot of freedom on stage. And going wired, more economical, but it does have its limitations given that meron tayong kable. And lastly, of course, is the microphone itself. Do you go omnidirectional or a unidirectional capsule? So basically right now, whenever you look at pictures and videos, you would see a pastor with a microphone that's sleek, and that would most likely be a Headworn mic with a omnidirectional capsule. So yung maganda doon, it's sleek, it's nice, you know, it's nice to see on videos, non-obtrusive and all that. Usually the challenge comes when you have a pastor or you have an application where the user would have to sing, because once they want to sing, then it requires stage monitors, and that's where the problem starts. Usually in speaking engagements, we don't really need much monitors. There's no big importance for you to monitor yourself or monitor an accompanying, shall we say, music. Walang problema usually. Pero there are some pastors that would like to sing within their talks, diba? And there would be a challenge there, because once you use monitors on stage and the person is using an omnidirectional mic, feedback will definitely be there. Given the situation, omnidirectional microphone picks up everything, monitors are there, there you go. Yun na yung problema. And it's in situations like that where you do have a speaker or a pastor that would like to talk but at the same time sing, that a Headworn microphone with a unidirectional capsule would be highly recommended. But there's usually a resistance to a unidirectional capsule, because usually a unidirectional capsule is bigger. There's resistance to that because usually they would say they look like telemarketers. So in this case, we'd like to say, you know, a visual problem cannot be answered by a technical solution. Simply because if you forego of a unidirectional capsule with your Headworn, one direction lang siya, so it faces your mouth, so it picks up everything here, but rejects more or less yung sound coming from the back where usually the monitors are. If we do not go with a unidirectional, so the feedback problem will be there. There are some really expensive Headworn mics that are unidirectional and are small, but then again, that's another problem. You'd probably spend around 5 times more just to achieve that. The other solution is actually going in-ear monitoring. So if you have an omnidirectional microphone being used and you've got in-ears dahil nandun yun sa ear cavity mo, so there's no possibility of feedback, that's a solution, but it will not answer the economic question naman, because you'd probably spend the same amount as if you would go for those expensive unidirectional Headworn microphones. Now that we've given you the options and the pros and cons, it's really up to you to decide. But again, it's about sound. So what we'll try to do right now is do a demonstration of the sound between a unidirectional mic and an omnidirectional mic. And for, you know, additional simulation, we'll play music, put it here, facing here. So the sound that will play will represent yung sound coming from, let's say, the frontal monitors. So you will see how much of the sound is rejected with each type of microphone. Okay, so here we are right now. So I've mounted both Headworn mics. This on this side is the omnidirectional microphone, and on this side is the unidirectional. Now, nakikita nyo rin, napapansin nyo rin, this microphone, of course, it's a bit bigger, but it is pointing to my mouth. So, yun eh. So, we're trying to pick up yung ating voice with and trying to reject everything else. Whereas yung dito, yung omnidirectional natin, is pretty much picking up everything. So what we will do right now is take this video and make two cuts of it. One making you hear yung omnidirectional, and the same cut but yung gamit naman yung unidirectional. This should give you a very good idea of anong klaseng rejection ang nabibigay ng isang unidirectional mic, you know, if you were on stage having monitors. So here we go. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. So here we go. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. There, so I hope our small demonstration has helped you kind of see an indifference and what we can do, what can be the solution for your application. Knowing the pros and cons and your options, again, the decision is up to you. So thank you for being here. See you in the next.